Alright, this video is going to focus on cultural explanations for aggression. I have previous videos about biological explanations for aggression. And I do want to remind my students that for time's sake, I won't be covering every single topic covered in the textbook. So in this one area, I'm going to focus on one more than others. And so I am going to focus on this idea of a culture of honor. And so a culture of honor is, it's a situation where an insult is perceived as a threat to one's reputation for masculine courage. And masculine courage, your reputation for masculine courage, that reputation must be restored through dominance and aggression, right? So the idea of a culture of honor is you gotta be seen, if you're a man, you gotta be seen as masculine, and you absolutely must defend that honor. And one study that addressed this sort of thing, it was a study of college students in different areas, and it was manipulated such that the college students would be bumped into by like a Confederate. Remember that term from previous videos? And they were called an asshole. All right, I love it when sometimes when I get to curse in class because it's in the study, you know, it's like, I don't have to apologize for my language. It's in the study. I have an excuse. Other times I get fired up and I do it anyway. But anyway, they got insulted. So someone bumped into them and they were called an asshole. And how do you react in that situation? There are various options. I mean, remember our fight, flight, freeze, tend, and befriend? You do have various options. I mean, you could just be like, you could freeze. Be like, what the heck was that? I have no idea what to do. Maybe I'll do nothing. Or you could be like, whoa, that person, they may be out of their mind. I'm going to just get away from them. I'm going to go away. Or you could turn to your friends and be like, did you see that? What the heck was that about? Or you could fight. And we see that the participants from the South, good old South, from the South, always lived in the South. So these are my people. Right? So, male participants from the South, they were more likely in this situation to think that their masculinity had been threatened, to be emotionally upset by the situation, and become physiologically primed for aggression, for their body to go through those bodily changes like, all right, we're ready for a fight. And they were more likely to engage in more aggressive and dominant behavior. All right, these are all things you see in the culture of honor, that sort of response, like, you have threatened my masculinity, I've got to defend it, let's go. All right, so within a culture of honor, the cultural values include masculine courage, no weakness, no fear, pride in manhood, I'm a man, all right, and that's, I am proud of being a man, and please don't imply I'm not a real man. Independence, I do it all on my own. I need no help and I will not stop for directions. Standing up to bullies, protecting women because they are weaker after all. Not accepting insults. You're going to pay for that. And family comes first. Do not insult my family. Do not insult my mother. Big no-no. All right, so this culture of honor concept, and this does overlap with anthropological research, anthropological studies. The culture of honor, this sort of behavior, this sort of cultural norms, it's not just the South. We also see them in Chicago in the United States, Turkey, the country Turkey, and Brazil. All of these, all of these have examples where observations have shown, yes, that is some culture of honor behavior right there. And they're not the only places, but these are just ones where it has been studied. And so, when you look at the culture of honor, we're trying to explain aggression here. Well, some aggression can be explained by this culture of honor. Some aggression is tied to how men define their social roles and expectations. Does it fully explain all aggression in the world? No, but some aggression can be explained by this intense desire to defend your manhood, your masculinity, that if there's a threat, it must be defended there must be a fight, which would lead to aggression. Now, very briefly, I will mention that other things that have been tied to aggression are things like gender roles. Now, of course, we know that for males, there's more of an accepted gender role that, yes, men are aggressive. Women generally not so much. All right. And so just some different findings that we see is that sexism, misogyny, negative stereotypes and prejudice against women. In some areas, there is some evidence for that being correlated with aggression, but sometimes only specific types of aggression, like domestic abuse, abuse towards romantic partners. I hate the term wife beating, but it does appear in the textbook. But those are correlated with sexist and misogynistic attitudes. We do see in areas where there is more gender equality, more individualism, more advances for women, we actually see increases in female victimization. One example, Sweden. Sweden is one of those countries where, in terms of feminism and advances for women and women having leadership roles, and they're considered one of the most progressive countries in terms of opportunities for women. They also are, I'm going to use a emotionally charged term that might be upsetting for some students, but it is considered the rape capital, sexual assault capital of Europe. And so this kind of like, whoa, wait, that, we're so great for women, but we have these high rates. What's up with that? And we haven't fully explained it. We're looking at correlational evidence. But women who have more education, higher salaries, more likely to be board members, they're more likely to experience sexual assault. And some people think that this is because of a backlash. People may feel threatened by all the advances that women are making. And so they respond. They retaliate. Threatened men may be the ones carrying out these elevated instances of these violent acts. Feeling the need to aggress and regain their power. Now, do we know for certain that that is what is going on? No, these are ideas. We are doing the research now to gather the evidence that is consistent or inconsistent with those ideas, but those are some of the ideas that have been proposed. Now, other people have pointed to sports culture as being a possible cultural explanation for aggression. Some sports are inherently aggressive. Just turn on any sports channel and watch it for long enough. You're going to see a sport that requires aggression to, play the game, to do the match, whatever it is that you're doing. And so many sports require risk of physical injury, and purposeful aggression is often the part of the culture of various games. And so, I am not going to go into much more detail on that, but just one of the other cultural explanations is that sports culture can contribute to aggression. All right. Next video is going to be about situational factors that could influence or explain aggression.